way, check this out. I have a coconut curry chicken recipe that is my comfort food go-to. It's super, super easy. And if you've got just a couple of staples in your pantry, you can knock this out any day of the week and look like a pro. First is the aromatics. Red onion for the sweetness it'll give. Garlic, of course. And just a word here about garlic. Whatever amount you think is right for whatever dish you're preparing, just double it, okay? For this recipe, I'm going for just a rough chop. And this recipe is actually for 2 people. And you're going to see here kind of how much garlic I'm actually using. Finally is sweet peppers. I like yellow or red for their sweetness and the color. And I'm just going for like a thin slice here. Next, you're going to want to peel and chop a medium red potato or the equivalent amount of whatever tuber you prefer. And carrots. I had baby cuts, so that's what I'm using here, but you can use whatever carrot you like. And finally, if you like them, mushrooms. It's not a traditional ingredient, not necessary, but I had them on hand and I love them. For this recipe, I'm using boneless, skinless chicken thighs. You're going to want to season those heavily with salt, pepper, granulated garlic, onion powder, cumin, and really just whatever seasonings you like. Get a skillet screaming hot and then add your preferred oil and then lay the chicken in the pan and you're going to leave it alone for like 2 to 3 minutes per side. Just go put the chicken in there. Get the tongs, put the chicken in the, there you go. Put the chicken in the pan and leave it alone for 2 to 3 minutes per side or long enough to get a serious crust going. I cannot emphasize enough how important it is to just leave the chicken alone and not mess with it while it is cooking on either side. Check it out. Here's what it's going to look like. And then flip it and repeat. Just set her down and leave it alone. Once your chicken is cooked on both sides, you're going to pull it from the pan and set it aside. We're going to finish cooking it later in the sauce that we're about to make right now. In the pan, you're going to drop the onions and the peppers, but not the garlic. And then give it a toss. What I kind of want to do is I want to pick up all the goodness that the chicken has left in the bottom of the pan. So I'm going to kind of like just give it a little toss here. I like to deglaze maybe with some wine. In this case, I'm going to use a Marsala that I have on hand, but you can use a sherry or kind of whatever cooking wine you prefer. Get enough in there, just going to coat the bottom. Give it a little toss. And now I'm going to add the rest of the vegetables, not the garlic. We're not going to add the garlic until the very last step. You'll see this will make sense. But we're going to set the garlic aside. At this point, I want to toss everything all together. I kind of want to marry all the flavors together. And I need to add liquid into this. Not the seasoning pack. No. No, the coconut milk. Get the coconut milk. There we go. I'm going to add the coconut milk. And by the way, this if you ever use this brand of coconut milk, it is fantastic. It is so good. It's tasty, like right out of, yeah, there you go. It is awesome. Oh, you're going to want to shake it because the solid's kind of settled at the bottom. Yeah, there you go. There it is. And you're going to want to use probably just about all of that. That's the equivalent of like 1 can. So I like using the can. I like using this stuff, whatever you have on hand. Finally, let's season this. I've got some chicken stock. I've got a little bit of this rico. It is just a chicken bouillon. You can use a Maggi, whatever kind of chicken stock, chicken bouillon that you like to use. Add that in there. Maybe, I don't know, a tablespoon or so. It really depends on how heavily salted that chicken stock is. And the last thing I'm going to do is, well, yeah, so let's mix that up. I need to add, I've got a curry blend. It's just a standard, out of the bottle curry blend. It's not a garam masala. I'm not, tossing my turmeric with different things. This has ginger, turmeric, cumin, everything all in one. I like the blend because it's a little heavier on the ginger, which is what I like. But you can use whatever kind of blend you like, or if you want to, if you have a curry that you would like, use that. I'm going to kind of mix this up, and what I'm going for is enough liquid to soften the potatoes and the carrots. I'm going to get a lid. I'm going to cover this and let it sit for maybe 12 to 15 minutes, long enough for the carrots and the potatoes to be fork tender. Someone tell him that the lid is in the dishwasher. Go get it. It's in the dishwasher. Anyway, you're going to want to put a lid on this and let it sit for like I said, 12 to 15 minutes, just long enough for the potatoes to be fork tender. While you're waiting, you're going to want to slice up your chicken. And then when your time is up, grab a fork real quick and just kind of grab a big chunk of potato and see if it's fork tender. And if it is, money. All right, now it's time to wrap this thing up. Let's add the chicken back in there and let it finish cooking. All that sauce and drippings that kind of came off of it, we're going to add that in there. And now is when we're going to add the garlic back in there. We're gonna let this all cook together for about 5 minutes. So that's gonna mellow out the garlic, but the garlic's gonna impart so much flavor, just a real flavor punch at the end. And that's just really, for me, is what kind of makes this dish just so awesome. Watch how the color of the sauce changes from the adding the chicken and its fond and all that goodness. Look at that. Oh yeah, that is amazing. All right, let's put a lid back on that and let it sit for like another 5 minutes. You serve this over some rice, like a jasmine or a basmati, and I promise you're gonna have them come back for the recipe. When I tire of Latin food, this is my comfort food go-to. I love it. Bon appetit and buen provecho.